I've learned to understand is that my life got so much better when I let people be who they are. When I stopped expecting them to show up the way that I wanted them to, or even needed them to, when they showed up the way that they knew how, I'm like, okay, that's who you are. And I understand that. And I made the choice whether I was going to continue to be your friend or be in this moment with you or not. But understanding people, the way they show up, and letting them come the way that they are is a beautiful thing, because it can free you from expectation of them doing things that are like, well, you should have. No, they shouldn't have. They did exactly what they were supposed to do.
That's right.
So guys, this is Elvis. Welcome to Elvis.Nation. That was Tyler Perry telling you that you shouldn't be expecting people to show up the way you feel like they're supposed to show up. Those people around you, those your friends, family members, those workers of yours, those people that you rely on, when you start to expect them to do and act exactly how you want them to do, that is when you are putting yourself in emotional harm. That's when you're going to be harming yourself emotionally, because these people are not going to show up the way you want them to show up. They are not going to act the way you want them to act. They are not going to act like you, because you are a different people. Sometimes you will put on so much energy trying to please people. You put on so much energy trying to make sure everybody is okay. But when you expect other people to put the same energy like you, brother, that is where you're getting it wrong. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm telling you from experience. Don't expect people to do things according to your own rules and regulations. People have their own lives to live. People have different pattern of doing things. When you wake up in the morning by 5 a.m. doesn't mean that everybody, your neighbors, have to wake up by 5 a.m. in the morning. When you go to bed by 8 p.m., people are busy outside trying to make money. When you say that you don't go out at night, doesn't mean that the whole world will stand still at night. So what am I saying? What I'm saying is this. Don't expect people to act and behave the way you want them to behave. Don't expect people to be like you. Don't expect people to go according to your rules and regulations. Everybody have their own drummer in the bush that is beating their drums. So the person that is beating your drums is different from the person that is beating my own drum. So don't expect me to act like you. Don't expect me to be like you. Don't expect me to behave like you, because you are different than me. Everybody knows what works for them. So you as an individual, the moment you start to separate yourself, your feelings, your emotions from other people's feelings and emotions, the better for you. You as an individual, the moment you start to less expecting people to be like you. Everyone cannot talk like me. When I speak, I scream. Some people whisper when they talk. Some people are so passionate and so lovely, they cannot even shout, they can't even, but you don't expect me to be like them. The way you might like to do your things is not the way I might like to do my things. So that is why Tyler Perry in the first video I played is telling you, the moment you separate this your emotional expectations, the moment you separate it from the reality, the moment you know that individuals are different, the better for you. The better you can plan your life, the better you can circumspect the circumstances and know how to react to different problems and find certain solutions for certain problems. You can't expect everybody to behave like you because you are so hyper or because you are so calm, because of no way case in your own side, because you want it this way, you want it that way, because this is how you want it to be, this is how you want it. If it's you, this is how you could have done it. Doesn't mean everybody will do it the same way you want it to be. You have to understand that people are different and individuals think different and react different according to what they see at that moment. And you have to understand that this life we're living now is only once. And each one, every one of us have his or her own life to live. So I don't expect you to live like me. So please, don't expect me to live like you. They say each one teach one. You can see a brother and sister, you can advise a brother and sister how to do something perfectly, how to do something better, how to do something according to the so-called norms, so-called rules. I ask myself, who is setting these rules? Who is the one making these laws? Who is the one telling you that you must eat by 9 p.m.? Who is the one telling you that after 7 p.m. at night you don't have to eat again? Who is this person setting these rules? Why can't I set my own rules? Why can't I be the one, be the chairman of my life? Why can't I govern my own life? I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this. Don't expect people to eat by 7 p.m. because you say so. Don't expect people to go to bed by 9 p.m. because you say so. You have to learn to allow people to live their life. You have to learn to allow people to take certain decisions that will affect their life. So when you expect much from people, don't be surprised when you will be disappointed. Because disappointment, most of the disappointment comes from much expectations. Because you expect this to happen, you expect it to go this way, you expect this, you expect this. Who are you to expect these things? Who are you to make these rules? Who are you to dictate to people how they should live their life? Who are you to tell people this is how it's supposed to be, this is not how it's supposed to be? There are natural things, normal things that everybody knows that this is how it's supposed to be. But when it comes to individual decisions, I don't have no right to take decisions for my junior brother. I don't have no right to take decision for my junior sister. Only thing I can do is to advise them and say, look, I have been there before, look at what I see. But the decision still remains for them to take that decision because this is their life. And whatever consequences that might come out from the decision that they take, I am not the person that is going to bear these consequences. The only thing you can do in life is to advise people. Word of advice, if you have one. That is if you're intellectually sound enough to give those advices. Because sometimes the advice might be coming from a wrong place. Sometimes the advice might be very, very wrong. So if you think that you're qualified to give advices to people around you, then give them this advice, but don't expect them to worship you. Don't expect them to behave like you. Don't expect them to act exactly how you want them to act. Don't expect them to be what you want them to be. Don't expect them to bow for you just because you want certain things at certain moments. With that said and done, I'm out.